Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have a knee squat machine from VEVOR. So it's kind of compact in its shipping. So let's open this up, see everything that we get inside, put it together, and then I will set this side of my garage bay up as a kind of like an expansion of my gym, or I'll put it in a gym depending on how much space I have and show you exactly how it works. So stay tuned. Freed up. So that is your user manual. I'll bring that to you in a second. And then just kind of give you an idea, that is everything in the box. And let's cut this tape out of the way. Okay, so it looks like all the pieces pretty well labeled. And that is your nuts and bolts. And it has like 2 little wrenches in there. And then it just has a bunch of different pieces. So that's your parts list. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and then that's basically it. Okay, so that piece is pretty self-explanatory. Slides right in here, and there is a bolt that goes through here as well. Let me just kind of get this lined up in here, and that looks a little bit tighter than expected. And I'm going to use a rubber mallet to kind of help persuade this piece in. Okay, and it is a little cold here, so everything is kind of like contracted down, but that's how you want to have it go. And then you can kind of see through the hole right there, and let's see what we need to go through there. So bolt 1 is labeled pretty well right here, and it wants a washer. So it's gonna go down here on top like this, and start screwing it pretty easy. And then a side bolt. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be this long bolt here and a washer and one of these nuts that's going to go through this side shaft under here. We're going to add a washer to that, and then one of these larger part 6 M10 nuts, and it's got a nylon thread on there, so we'll be able to kind of get it threaded on there, and then it's going to basically halt on us until we put the wrenches on there. And then next we're going to put the wheels on here to make it kind of easy to move around, especially in my gym. That would come in super handy. And then we're going to be using number 3, which is a smaller bolt, and then the nuts right down there. Okay, so this metal has been a little bit stretched during shipping, so we're just going to bend it out a little bit with a crowbar. You can also use like a large wrench or something on there and just grab onto one of the flanges and just make it easier to kind of slip that wheel onto. And again, it's just something that happens during shipping. And then we'll just put this on hand tight, and then we'll go through at the end and tighten everything up. And again, we'll just stretch this out a little bit. Just a skosh. Okay, so that's set up. All right, this knob is already in place. That's that. Okay, let's go on to step number 2. Okay, step number 2 is basically putting these square feet in all these rectangular boxes. And again, I'm gonna use a rubber mallet to kind of helps persuade them into place. So that's that 1 foot on that side. Let's get one on this side. So it'll simply slide onto that part right there. And again, you might have to twist them into place, and then you have the 2 ends right there, right there. Also, a little persuasion with a rubber mallet just to hold them in place. Okay, so very cool. Lots of adjustment for that. Okay, so that part's done. Step 3, we're going to be looking for D1, which is this part right here. Okay, so it looks like goes in this way. You have the adjustment here. So it's kind of like basically a push pin, but you'll see when you're looking down here, you want to come right to the edge, and then that will give you an adjustment, and then you can tighten that next bar down into place. So let's slide this down. And then it has another bolt that's going to line up there. Again, one of the larger bolts, the washer. Then you'll find where that lines up, goes through. Another washer. And then one of the M10 bolts goes there. And again, we'll go through and tighten everything up at the end. And then there is basically a selector pin that you can put on here, and it goes through and it holds it in place. So it'll hold that to where it needs to be. Okay, step 4. It's going to be E1. Okay, so that is your part E1. This is your E2. So there's that stop, and then this is going to go in here, and then that's going to give you all your stops that you need. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to flip this around. Just for orientation purposes. Okay, and it looks like okay, so this piece will go up here, and it has another bolt washer that we'll set up. I'll slide that through here. Okay, then another washer, and then a lock nut goes on here. So basically kind of looks like that. So kind of give you an idea. This unzips, and then you'll see like it's got a pocket to put this wood in. So that is the plate that we're going to be using. And as we screw it in, we're going to go like this. And it wants the longer bit going down. So again, let's open this all up. So basically you have a bolt and a washer, goes in like this, and then that nut goes to the outside, and then you are screwing those in on either side. Okay, last but not least is putting the pads on. And again, you want to unzip it, see where the wood is going to get sandwiched into, and then we're going to basically put that right over the top. Oh. And I think, yeah, we're going to go this way, so we got the zipper on the outside. And then you'll kind of feel them slip into place, and then basically you just want to zip down, and then up, get the zipper there. And again, same thing, kind of slide it down, give it a little nudge, and you'll feel it kind of find its home. And then you want to zip this up. All the way into a spot. And then there you go. Okay, there you go, all assembled. So let's get our workout gear on, and then I'll show you how to use this. So stay tuned. Okay, so in my home gym, so let me show you a couple ways that you can do this. And I'll get you some side views so you can exactly see the motion that we are going through. But basically you're sliding your feet under this. So this is adjustable, so you can adjust it to where you need. And what I like doing is I like lifting my toes up a little bit. That way you start working the front of the tibs as it's holding you in place. And then basically I'm just kind of like put my hands down, kind of like around where my sternum is. And then I am basically squatting down and then back up again. So try to keep your back as straight as you can, and then you're going the full range, that nice 90-degree angle on your legs. So let me give you some side profiles, and I'll show you how that looks. And you're just trying to work up some strength to this. This is great that you can kind of like almost put it on the back of your knees and do something nice, a nice subtle motion like this. And then as you get a little more advanced, you can move it down. So now you're getting more of a deeper squat. And again, try to keep your back as straight as possible, and then down. And if you're looking to jump higher, run faster, or cycle stronger, these are invaluable exercises to do. And then you can keep adjusting it basically on your fitness. And again, try to work on keeping your back straight. And this will work your quads, your hams, your glutes. And then nice and straight, nice and strong. Anyway, Brian from Garage Hall. Thanks for watching, and be safe and healthy out there.